Ellis and Trailer. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jayhawks are on their way to the interview room. Reminder, no flash photography in the interview room or recording a video with any mobile devices. Make sure your phones are on silent, please. When you have a question, just raise your hand again, let us know. Once the guys get settled here, we'll ask Coach for an opening statement, then we'll go to questions for the KU student-athletes.
Well, obviously, you know, we're very disappointed and certainly feel like that we probably didn't play our best tonight compared to how we played over the last 2 months. But give Villanova credit; they had a lot to do with that. But I've been involved in I think 8 of these, and we've only won 2 of them, and it's without question the hardest game in the tournament to lose, and certainly our kids and our seniors and have done an unbelievable job putting us in a position to be in the game in the moment, and I'd much rather be in the game than not in the game, and sometimes you just come up short, but it wasn't from a lack of effort or lack of focus or lack of concentration. It was just one of those nights where things didn't go our way.
Thank you, Coach. Questions for the student athletes?
For Perry, Bob Lutz from the Wichita Eagle. Why was it so difficult for you to find a rhythm tonight offensively in this game?
I feel like they did a great job of just trying to swarm me at times, and just somebody was always there, and I could have demanded the ball more at times, but.
More questions for student athletes? Okay, we got one in the aisle, right side.
Jamar, I know it's a difficult time, but just share your thoughts and feelings about this team and this season.
I'm definitely disappointed to lose this game, but I'm gonna just cherish the moments I had here. We had a great season, nonetheless, and I'm gonna miss these guys.
Left side.
Perry, for you, really the same question. Just what are you feeling right now about your career and your teammates, and also what did Coach Wright say to you when you guys were walking off the court? It looked like he had some nice words for you.
It's just knowing it's over now, and how much I've grown. I've grown so much, and just knowing that it's over, I just so thankful for everybody, our teammates, coaches, and everybody. And he just told me, he just told me I'm a great player, and I just keep my head up.
Far right side.
For Perry. Hey, Perry, I was wondering, at the beginning of the second half, you guys worked to play. You got a couple of free throws out of it, and then you guys were able to take a lead. Do you feel like you were starting to get the game kind of turned a little bit?
Yeah, I try to attack, early in the second half, and we made some good plays early in the second half, and we got going.
Stay on the right side.
Coach, Mark Tracy from the New York Times, over here to your right. I was just wondering if Villanova did anything that wasn't necessarily what you're expecting. From my vantage point, it looked like Bridges played a little more than he usually does. They played with a little more size, but
they played man and they played zone, and they 1-2-2 just back to man, and they basically did what we anticipated them doing. We didn't attack their zone very well at all, and we got some open looks and didn't make them pay in their man especially, and I think that the basket shrunk a little bit for us, and certainly they probably got some confidence the way they were defending us, but it came down to them making free throws, and it came down to a couple of loose balls, and that was the difference in the outcome of the game.
Thanks, Coach. Questions for student athletes only, please? Nothing else? We'll let them go. Thank you, gentlemen.
Bill, they had that stretch in the first half, about 4 or 5 minute stretch, and they turned you over about 8 times, I think, in that 5 or 6 minute stretch. What was going on there?
Well, I don't. Obviously, we weren't being very strong with the ball. They blew up 2 or 3 dribble handoffs that led to runouts for them, and we like I said, I thought we got really out of character there for a stretch in the first half. I think we were up 16-12 and something like that, and then the next thing you know, we're down 7 or down 9. So that's probably a 13-point run. That's probably about the worst ball we played in a long while during that stretch. But even with that, we cut it to 4 at halftime, and then we didn't guard them on the last second play and let Jenkins get loose. But I don't know, Blair. I don't know what exactly happened, other than the fact that it just looked like to me that we didn't attack very well, and we never got Perry involved. Perry really never engaged himself in the game the first half.
Bill, Perry did get the ball initially in the second half, got fouled. Was that talked about at halftime to get him more involved, and was it you alluded to this a minute ago, but was it more Villanova's defense or your lack of getting the ball to him?
I think it was a combination of both. They took away the pick and pop with him when they played man because of the way they rotated us, so he didn't catch the ball naked at the top like we've been scoring quite a bit during the tournament. And they made him make the extra pass, and we missed some shots when we were wide open making the extra pass. But I think you should give Villanova credit, but I don't think that Perry was as aggressive with demanding the ball as what he has been at certain times. But you get 2 fouls quick and things like that, and I think that kind of messed with his head a little bit also.
Bill, just with respect to Perry and all your seniors, really, but your thoughts. It's hard and abrupt right now, I know, but
Yeah.
on the career and wanting to see them get to a Final Four, I'm sure.
Yeah, I probably wanted it as bad for this group as any group that I've ever coached, just because I know how hard they've tried, and I know, we only start one senior, but the reality is we're not going to have our entire group back. Because with the rules that allow you to definitely investigate, I think several of our guys, or a couple of our guys at least, will. But these guys have given us everything they got, and with the run we had, won 17 in a row in a great league, and have grinded our way through it, and then usually when the finality hits, at least in my experience, is usually because you don't make shots. And that's kind of what happened tonight. We didn't make shots. We didn't make the same shots we've been making, and didn't have to make a lot of them, but just a couple more. It could have been a different outcome. But I love these kids, and I couldn't ask for a better effort. I don't know if tonight's the right time to tell you what I feel about them as much as it is. I'm just really disappointed for them.
Back on the aisle.
Bill, I'm interested in your thoughts on the 2 critical loose ball situations in the last minute, and I know you've got to be careful. I just want to get your overall thoughts. One was 33 seconds left when it looked like one official had a foul on Villanova. The other official called the foul on Mason. They hesitated, they huddled, and then with 5 seconds left, you're down 3. It looked like, again, the potential for a foul on either way, and ultimately it was a turnover on Frank Mason. What did the officials say to you about those 2 situations, and then what's your thoughts?
Oh, nobody's said anything to me. I mean, that's one thing about our sport, and you don't get to talk to the officials and have them explain every call. So, I don't know about the Devontae's play when they called the kick. I guess when he dove for the loose ball, I thought it was a great hustle play. But certainly, it doesn't. As upset or sad or mad that you are about certain things, it doesn't do any good now. I mean, if we had a next game, you could use that as motivation to prepare the next time, but it's over. So there's no reason for us to worry too much about things that we have absolutely zero control over.
Right side and then left.
Sam Davis, KJHK in Lawrence. Bill, you said a few days ago this has been one of your favorite teams you've had the pleasure of coaching. What about this team will carry on to next year?
I don't know. I don't know how many guys will return. I don't know. The one thing that I really believe that will carry on is culture. But I mean, I have no idea what next year's going to look like.
Bill, Perry had been so consistent all year long, building what we all thought was a great legacy. Does this do anything to taint that legacy?
No,
in your
no, he's a stud. And you know, he got a couple of easy looks early and missed them both, and kind of probably shied away from being quite as aggressive after that. But no, you know, we've ridden Perry pretty hard over the last 3 years, and he's, you know, almost always delivered for us, and so you know, it doesn't take anything away at all. It would have been really nice to see our seniors get to a Final Four, because we haven't with this group, but certainly in my mind, you know, he'd been a stud and one of the all-time greats, regardless of this outcome of this game.
Anything else for Coach?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Do you get him? Or Wildcats are on their way to the interview room. Just a reminder, as they get in here, if you have a question, get your hand up. We'll get a microphone to you. Questions will be for the student athletes first, please. We'll have Coach give us an opening statement. If you're just joining us in here, the Wildcats will get settled, and we'll have Coach provide an opening statement. Then we'll go to questions for the 3 student athletes first. Let him get settled. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Do I have an opening statement?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm so proud of these guys. They got me. They got me really bad in the locker room. It was reminiscent of the Big East Championship. I should have anticipated, but I wear it as a badge of honor. It's like being when you're a parent, you think your kids are the greatest, and then when you see them live that out and become great, it just makes your heart swell, And even if they would have lost, you still think they're great, but you can see they've proved to everybody else they're great, and I'm so proud of them and happy for them. And I definitely want to say that Kansas team is a championship team. That's a national championship caliber team. They made every single correct play down the stretch. They hit the 3, they got the layup, they fouled the right guys. We made the foul shots. They kept coming until we got a steal at the end, and that's a great team. Never went away, made every right play, and I have all the respect in the world for Bill and their program, and specifically this team this year.
Thanks, Coach. Questions for the Villanova student athletes? Start here in the aisle and then go from right to left.
Joe Giuliano, Philadelphia Inquirer. First for Ryan and Daniel, was this the way you dreamed it? And for Josh, what was the feeling when that last pass, you caught that last pass and squeezed it?
Let's start with Ryan first, please.
This is just a total team effort, and it was everything that I dreamed of. And I can't speak for Daniel, but I would think it was unbelievable to know where we've been from our freshman year and to go through the struggles that we went through throughout the whole season, sophomore, junior year, losing early in the tournament. To just persevere and make it through this whole tournament is something really special.
Yeah, this is definitely dreams are coming true right here, and this is, for us to get here, all the work we've put in, all our senior captains that we had before, Moof, Tony, Mo Sutton, Taj Bell, Javon Pinkston, Darren Hilliard, Nick McMahon, all those guys, this is for them, because they made us the men we are today, they made us the leaders we are today, and man, this is very special for us.
The feeling when I caught it, it was just, we had 3 seconds left. I had Ryan over there yelling, ball, ball, ball. I didn't know if I should throw it or I didn't know what to do, but I was just in shock. All the work, that these two put in, they were great leaders, and it's just a surreal feeling. It's something that you dream about, and it's just, loss of words.
Daniel, Rick Plumlee with Star Eagle. Can you just kind of describe real quickly the defense?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
The defense you put on Ellis, what you did. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but can you kind of describe what your plan was in general?
That was completely a team effort. We were, from the day we found out we were playing Kansas, everybody on the team, we locked in. We knew he was the #1 guy on the scouting report, and everybody, I didn't even start on him. It wasn't Chris Jenkins starting on him, and it was everybody just loading to him. Everybody, making plays on him, being aware of where he was. When we went to defense, just knowing where he was at all times. Our communication was great, so I can't take any of that credit. It was literally just the whole team effort that made it tough for that. We all know he's a special player, and for us to be able to do that, talks a lot about the way we defended him.
Right side front.
Ryan, Kevin Cooney, Calkins Media. You guys had the 7-point lead at half. You fall behind 5 there midway through the second. It looks like the wheels are starting to come off a little bit. Jenkins in foul trouble. Was anything said at that point that kind of got you guys back into it? It seemed like everything calmed down after that.
No, I think we always want to grind it out and play Villanova basketball for 40 minutes, and no matter the situation, we knew they were going to come out firing at the beginning of the second half, and it was unfortunate Chris got in foul trouble, but I think the guys on the bench, especially Mikal Bridges, stepped up in that place of him, and we just kept grinding. We wanted to make it a street fight, make it an ugly game, and I think we did that.
Left front.
Michael Grant from the comeback.com. Ryan, correct me if I'm wrong, but happy birthday. And
Thank you.
describe what this day has been like with this, and also your play to knock away the loose ball or knock the ball away from Mason at the end.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you. It was probably the best birthday I've had in my life. But at the end of the game, we were up 3, and we said we were going to foul under a certain amount of time, and I went for a steal just to, even if we got a foul, we'd still have to get the ball back, whether we were up 1 or 2. But that was a big-time dive by Mikhail Bridges, and then we just called timeout. And from that point on, I think it was just surreal, the whole feeling of us making free throws and clinching the game.
Pat?
Yeah, Pat Forty from Yahoo Sports. Ryan, if you could just tell me about making those free throws and then watching your teammates make them, and how much, I guess, did you relish being in that position?
I know at the end of the game situation, we all want the ball for free throws. It's what we finish, kind of start practice with. We work on our form all the time, and we finish practice the same way. And in every situation, we'll shoot 3, 2, 1-on-1, and 1. And Coach really puts the pressure on us at the end of practice, and I knew anyone who's going to the line at the end of the game, they were going to be calm, cool, and collected and make the free throws.
Right side.
Steve Greenberg, Bleacher Report. For Ryan, but I also would like to ask you guys to weigh in. You've been using the word ugly over and over again. When did it get sufficiently ugly to where you knew, okay, this is beautiful, this is how we want it?
It was beautiful once the final buzzer went off and we were winning, but we wanted to make it ugly. We knew we weren't shooting the ball well, but the backbone of our program is just defend and rebound and play hard and together, and I think we did that. We started off a little slow, but I would say the last 35 or so minutes of the game is where we really turned it up and made it an ugly street fight.
We came into this game knowing that we're both teams that were on great offensive runs, and for us in our program, we don't depend on our offense, and we like proving that we can win off our defensive rebounding. So just making the game ugly, making the street fight is definitely something that we thought was to our advantage, just because that's what we preach every day in practice.
Yeah, just kind of continuing what these two guys said. The toughest situation for us is we're not making shots. And that's what we thrive at that. We know, we're going to let offense take care of itself. If we buckle down on defense, we make it ugly. We're diving on the floor, taking charges, doing the little thing that this program is built on. That we knew we're going to be in the game. And it was just all around team effort from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. It was ugly, but it was beautiful to us.
More questions for okay, stay on the right side on the end.
I hope it's not too soon, but I'm going to ask anyway about the next game. Buddy Hield had 37 today. He's obviously, it's a strong offensive team. Can you ugly up, a game like that and look forward to getting the chance?
Definitely. I think the first time we played them, we had a lot of young guys coming in that didn't really know what we were completely about yet. And the game was not ugly at all. I think, throughout the course of the year, we've grown a lot. And, Buddy Hield is an amazing player. Oklahoma's an extremely well-coached team with great players. And it's going to be a battle. And, we take it upon ourselves to make the game extremely ugly.
Got time for maybe one more for the student athletes before we let them go? Or we can do that right now. Thanks, guys.
Good job, guys. Good job, Dio. Good job, Josh Hart.
Start here in the front row, Coach.
Jay, congratulations. How is the feeling of this different than the last time you made it to the Final Four? Can you compare and contrast the two?
I think the first time you're kind of you're kind of in shock. You don't know what to expect, and this time it's you know what it is. It's the next game. You've been there. Now we got to make sure they approach it the same way. It's definitely different. That first time is overwhelming, and there's a lot of things that go on there that people tell you about and they try to help you, but until you get there and experience it, it's hard to understand that. I hope we'll be better prepared this time.
Matt Tate, Lawrence Journal World. Coach, yesterday you were asked about defending Perry Ellis, why people don't try junk stuff with him. What was your game plan tonight, and was that a little gamesmanship, or were you playing it straight?
We played him mostly straight. I mean, we played zone, we played man-to-man, but we just always tried to find where he was. I mean, we really didn't double him too many times. I don't know if we doubled him once. But we were very aware of trying to limit his touches. And you know, Bill's a great coach. As soon as they started the second half, bang, bang, they got him inside differently than they were trying to get him in the first half, and that got us. One of the good things about our timeout, it wasn't a good time. We turned the ball over. We did not start off well, but it gave us a chance to explain to the guys what they were doing differently now to get them the ball, and we did a little bit better job. If we didn't turn that ball over and they didn't score and get a foul on Chris Weatherway and we didn't call a timeout, I don't know if we would have been able to adjust. So it actually helped a little bit that way. Bill knows how to get him the ball, and we just kept live. We had Mikal Bridges on him. We had Jenkins on him. That's why he got in foul trouble. We had Hart on him. We even had Chefu on him a little bit. So we just tried to keep different bodies on him.
Yeah. Coach, you mentioned Mikal. Like Mikal played, I think, more minutes than he usually plays. You had Chefu and Reynolds playing together, which is probably something you don't do too often. Was that part of the Perry Ellis strategy generally, or more broadly just length and size?
Yeah, it was more like a Kansas strategy, you know. And we've wanted to do that all year, but Daniel Chefu was hurt and not playing a lot. So Darryl, we couldn't afford to play them together. We had Darryl playing so many minutes, but that was important in that game. We got some good minutes out of those guys. And if Mikal Bridges hadn't played so well at the end, we were going to go big defensively. But Mikal was playing so big himself and getting rebounds and defending Ellis that we stayed with him.
More questions for Coach? Right side in the back, Coach.
Coach, each year your program is near or at the top of the leaderboards in free throw shooting. Ryan talked about it earlier, the creating pressure situations in practice. How do you get these guys to shoot free throws so accurately year in and year out, especially in tight pressure games like we saw tonight?
We do spend a lot of time on it all year round. We spend a lot of time on technique shooting. We spend a lot of time on every possible situation in foul shooting every day in practice. You know, with people on the line, without people on the line, a 3-shot foul, a 2-shot foul. We even practice missing a foul shot in case we're, if we're down 2 and we have 1 shot with 3 seconds left, So it's a big part of our program all year round.
Left aisle and then right.
Jay, can you comment on Bridges' 2 big steals in the last 34 seconds, and also that confusion at 34 when it looked like perhaps one referee was going to call a foul on your team and maybe a foul on their team as well. So it was kind of confusing, but Bridges really comes up big for you, the loose balls.
He's huge, and it's a decision you have to make there at the end of the game. Do we go into our press and try to get a turnover or slow them up, knowing that Mason's so good, he could split it and get them an easy shot. We took a chance, and it's basketball. You take a chance, and the kid makes a great play. Mikal Bridges comes from behind, and on that play, I thought they called a foul on Kansas diving in our guys' legs and taking our guys' legs out. So we were actually preparing for a free throw right there, and we only had 1 timeout left, and we came out. Our guys were not prepared for side OB. They did that all on their own. I just thought they were trying to see who the foul was on, and I got to see that on film. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying we were unprepared, and it just speaks to the leadership of Ryan and Daniel on the floor to get into our sideline out of bounds, our backcourt sideline out of bounds, get the ball in and up the floor, and we caught a break there. We caught a break.
Pat?
Yeah. Jay, you alluded to this in your opening remarks, but just how rewarding was it to see those guys step up the way they did and really kind of rise to this occasion for you down the stretch? Yeah,
Pat, coaching is a lot like parenting. you just believe in your guys so much, and you're telling them how great they can be, and you know it. You see it in them, but they're 18 and 22 years old, so sometimes they don't realize it, and you get them maybe 75% of the way there, and they leave you, and you kind of you feel good for them. They got partly there, but you feel like you failed them a little bit. It's the greatest feeling in the world to see these guys get to that point where everyone else sees that they're as good as we see they can be, and that they see. I could tell in that locker room, there wasn't as much. They had more fun in the locker room soaking me. They were having fun with that, but after that, it was a real sense of accomplishment, and I think they really felt good about themselves individually, and that's the greatest thing you can experience as a coach.
Anything else for Coach? Okay, left side.
Jay was just curious, is that water or Powerade, and how did they set you up?
Cold. They did the same thing in the Big East tournament. I should have thought about it. They hid behind a wall, and then when I walked in, they had cold, really cold bottles of water, all of them, and they just doused me. They just continued to do it. It just kept coming and took my breath away. I know what those football coaches feel like now. I'm just glad I'm not outside and it's 20 degrees. I can't imagine that.
Great. Anything else? See you in Houston.
Thank you, guys. Hey, thank you to everybody in Louisville and at the Brown Hotel. They were awesome to us. This is a great town.